I caught some poor noob drop trading in free-to-play, and without thinking I autopiloted to their stuff and started picking it up as anyone else would do, to this guy's displeasure. It turns out me stealing his stuff is the best thing that could have happened to this guy. After making a new account for an upcoming video, I realised that the best free-to-play moneymaker is killing cows, and not because of the cow hides that they drop. Give me that. The real money comes from other players, usually players on high-level members' accounts. They come to the cow fields on free-to-play worlds and just give noobs a bunch of gold. The first high-level player to donate a bunch of stuff to me actually done something way better and way more impactful than drop 1 million GP on me. They walked up to me, they said, "I look whack," then gave me a bunch of low-level items that I can use. A red cape, a useless sapphire ring, and an amulet of accuracy. Perfect. In the grand scheme of things, these items are pretty useless. It's just a little bit of fashionscape and some small stat boosts. It makes me look more whack. Less whack? Is looking whack a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. Regardless, this is what you should do to help out new players. Give them some useful items if you're feeling generous. Don't just dump a bunch of gold on them, which did actually happen to me. Not long later did some guy roll up in a dragon med-helm looking real whack. He traded me 1 coin. Oh, he's just trolling the noobs, teasing the noobs, you might say. Boom. 1 million coins. What? I've tried to trade him some cow hides in return, but it didn't work. I had a trade restriction. So this guy gives me 1 million GP, says absolutely nothing, then runs away. Literally runs away like they've just committed a crime. If I were a new player, I'd be ecstatic, but because I'm a miserable old bastard who's been playing the game far too long, it does the opposite. It makes me a little bit sad, because dumping 1 million gold on a new player with absolutely no advice on what to do with it is a terrible idea. Chances are they drop to the GE, fall for some stupid ass scam where they double money or something, and have no money left, feel sad, quit the game. If we're lucky, the new player will be smart. They buy everything they need, like rune armor, green dragon hide items, everything they could need in free to play, but that's still not a good thing, really. 1 million GP for a free-to-play account is an insane amount of money, and most people playing free-to-play that aren't robots are playing because they don't know if they want to become a member or not, or they can't afford a membership. Giving them 1 million GP is completing free-to-play for them. All that is left to do in free-to-play with that much cash is the grind. A grind without the payoff because they got paid when they were level 5 combat killing cows. Give them a red cape, an amulet of accuracy, and a slap on the ass while saying "go get 'em, tiger" instead. The next day on my brand new account, while heading to the bank to deposit my load of cow hides, this happens. Got level 10 range. I'm gonna pick up something from John. I can't remember what it was exactly. What the f is here? What the fuck? It's mine. Drop trading doesn't really work anymore. I'm not a scumbag. I don't need this guy's like 3 million GP worth of items. I tried to give it back to him, but I couldn't. There's a 5-hour trade restriction still left on the account. I'm gonna drop it for this guy somewhere else. So this guy wants me to drop him his stuff. It should work because he's logged in this time, and I don't want to keep his stuff because this is a new account and I can't have a bunch of, I can't have millions of GP randomly in the bank when I'm making this video I'm working on. But he suggests to drop him his stuff in another very public place where you do sheepshearer quest. First he drops it in literally the middle of Lumbridge, now he wants to drop it at a quest location where people can walk by easily. This guy is an absolute potato of a human being. We find a cheeky little spot that no one should turn up in, and I begin dropping his stuff. I felt a little bit bad for this guy because I've done something similar way back in the early old school days. I tried to drop trade another account 5 million GP. It didn't work, it just despawned. This guy's stuff would have despawned if I didn't grab it. So I saved his items, and now I'm giving them back to him. The fact that he dropped them in Lumbridge, where everyone can see, is just dead stupid. But regardless, I've made a new friend. He asked me to add him, and add his main account. We're friends forever now. We waited around for a few minutes, and then the items began to despawn. The coins. Something else. I can't remember. I don't know why they just began despawning, so I grabbed them again. I saved what items I could for this pain in the ass drop trader. I'm stuck with millions of GP items that I can't have. I literally can't have them, and I can't give them back. I can't drop them, I can't trade them to him. What do? I grab my main account, and I just give him a rough estimate of what all those items are worth. I just trade him the raw cash amount, just to get rid of them, just so I can go back to making my video. Well, I got to go now. Good luck with the account. I put all of these items in my bank, and once my trade restriction timer is depleted, I'm going to go around and just give away a bunch of these items like people have been doing to me after I started the account. Not 24 hours later do I get a message from this guy after giving him 3 million GP out of my own pocket when I could have just scammed him and took away his items. I helped this guy out immensely. He asks me for money. This absolute goblin boy asks for 200k for literally 1 hour. Money comes in at 12 PM. What does that even mean? I tell him I'm not an ATM. It's not happening. Then he says, okay, 100 then. Like, the amount was the reason I said no. The amount of money. 200k, too much money. What an absolute degenerate. If I knew he was going to do this, I would not have given him his stuff back. And to further my rage, my trade restriction timer finally dropped. I can trade items, so I tried to give away all of the items that I picked up so I could continue with my account without it looking weird with a bunch of money in the bank. But giving away items on free-to-play is a lot harder than you imagine. Well, unless you hop to World 1 and say free stuff at the Grand Exchange, then you get a million trades. That's not what I want to do, give a bunch of money to a bunch of scummy bank standers that try and double people's money or stuff like that. I tried to find real players to trade, which is pretty tough in free-to-play. And when I finally found some real players, I got berated. They didn't want anything. They were mean to me. I literally can't give this stuff away. So I accepted defeat and I went to the Grand Exchange on non-busy free-to-play worlds, the quieter free-to-play worlds where there's more likely more real players and less scammers. And I just said, whoever trades me gets free stuff. And in small doses, I gave them a bunch of gold. And although I went on a little bit of a rant saying don't give away a bunch of money to free-to-players, I felt a little bit better in that most of the people I was giving money to already had rune armor and were already fairly high level for being in free-to-play. And the amounts I was giving away were a lot less. They were about 100k, 200k, 300k at most. And that was my monetary adventure in free-to-play Old School RuneScape. People just giving you stuff, people just dropping stuff on the ground. It's a crazy place, free-to-play. But hey, we found the best moneymaker in free-to-play, killing cows, and just waiting for people to give you stuff. It happens all the time. 9 till 5, killing cows, but just accepting people's cash? No. Goodbye.